Hey everyone, so it's officially May, so you know what that means. So, for this month, I have quite a few books that I am planning on reading. I'm not going to say what books I might read on my Kindle because, sometimes I don't read all of them. So, I'll just do the books that I have, physical copies of. First book I'm going to try and read is The Last Word by Taylor Adams, which was this month's Book of the Month pick. Now, I will say that there's a trigger warning for this book, so be careful. Make sure you look this book up. I would recommend going on Goodreads, making sure what kind of trigger warning this book has. I think it has to do with suicide, but don't quote me on that. So, after posting a negative book review, a woman living in a remote location begins to wonder if the author is a little touchy or very, very dangerous. In this pulse-pounding novel of psychological suspense and terror from the critically acclaimed author of No Exit and Hell, Penbridge, Evan Carpenter is living in isolation with her golden retriever, Leica, house-sitting an old beachfront house on the rainy Washington coast. Her only human contact is with her enigmatic elderly neighbor Deke, and via text with the house's owner Jules. One day she reads a poorly written but gruesome horror novel by the author H.G. Cain and posts on a one-star review that drags her into an online argument with none other than the author himself. Soon after, disturbing incidents start to occur at night. To Emma, this can't be just a coincidence. It was strange enough for this author to bicker with her online about a lousy review. Could he be stalking her too? As Emma digs into Cain's life and work, she learns he has published 16 other novels, all similarly sadistic tales of stalking and murder. But who is he? How did he find her? And what else is he capable of? Displaying his trademark command of rapid-fire pacing, unnerving atmosphere, and razor-sharp characterization, Taylor Adams once again delivers a diabolical, disturbing, and deadly game of cat and mouse. So I am very excited to read this. Next, we have a book that I received from Novel Suspects Insiders, which is The Last Honest Man by James Wisen. This book actually comes out on the 9th of this month. So I might do a reading vlog about this book. No, I actually really enjoy history. I took honors in AP history in high school, so history is actually a big passion of mine. So let's see how this book plays out. I'm about 122 pages in currently, so let's see how this goes. Next, I have already read Things We Do in the Dark by Jennifer Hillel. I know, this book came out last June, so it's been for almost a year, and I've just now been able to read it. And then there's When I Was You by Amber Garza. So basically, it's like you meets Fatal Attraction in this up all night story of suspicion, obsession, and motherhood. One ordinary fall morning, Kelly Medina gets a call from her son's pediatrician to confirm her upcoming real baby appointment. It's a cruel mistake. Her son left for college a year ago, and Kelly's never felt so alone. The receptionist apologizes. There's another mother in town named Kelly Medina. She must have gotten the number switched. For days, Kelly can't stop thinking about this woman who shows her name, lives in the same town, has a son she can still hold, and a whole life ahead of her. And Kelly just happens to bump into the single mother outside the pediatrician's office. It's simple curiosity getting the better of her. But the curiosity quickly turns to obsession. And when one Kelly disappears, well, the other one may know why. Yeah, it took me about one full day to read this entire book. And it is definitely something. Definitely very U-esque. And it's definitely, if you see Fatal Attraction, it's definitely something. So basically, one Kelly Medina starts stalking the other. Again, a synopsis I just read. She thinks that she's stalking her, but in reality, the other Kelly Medina was actually stalking the real Kelly Medina in the other Kelly Medina is actually named Kelly. Hang on. It says yes, in a second. Kelly Hawkins. That's who that the Kelly Medina is actually. See, that Kelly Hawkins was actually having an affair with Kelly Medina's husband, and Kelly Medina thought that her son Sullivan, that Kelly Hawkins' son Sullivan, was actually her grandson, but in reality, it's her dead son's half sibling. And so they don't really. It doesn't really say what ends up happening to the baby. I guess it's in child protective sources until they can find somebody or to go into foster care. It didn't really say what Kelly Medina wanted to adopt the baby because of the son that they lost, because Kelly Hawkins killed the son at a college party when she was having an affair with his dad. And she wanted the life that Kelly Medina and her son were living for her and her son. It's all very crazy, so I would very much recommend this book. Next, I have Device Free Weekend by Sean Doolittle. Yes, I know it says Advanced Reader's Copyright here, but I got this off of Penguin Books. And this book kind of makes me want to not be on social media and using like my iPad or anything like that. It makes you kind of want to second guess using technology. But so basically, he just says 7 friends, 1 eccentric billionaire, and all expenses paid reunion on a private island. Just one catch: no phones, tablets, or laptops allowed. It's a weekend to remember for those who make it out alive. Now, 2 of the main characters do die. Everyone else pretty much survives, and there's like a lot of media coverage and everything else involved in this little book. So I would definitely recommend reading this, especially like, I don't know what time you should probably read this. Maybe during the summer. Maybe give it this like a summer-esque. Or during the winter when you're stuck inside. I definitely recommend reading that. Oh yes, and then Eddie Muller's Noir Bar, cocktails inspired by the world of film noir. Now, I don't drink, but I did get this book courtesy of Novel Suspects Insiders Club. They sent, they did a thing every month, and this was the book that selection for March or April. And I actually really liked it. I might not drink, but I do like how they put the books that are inspired by inspired by cocktails. They put like movie posters and like scenes from the movie, and then like basically kind of like a synopsis of the film, and like why they chose this like a particular thing. I actually really enjoyed it. So if you happen to like cocktails or noir films, I would definitely recommend getting this. And then last but not least, with physical books, I might try and take another stab at reading Young Women in the Sea. I got this book in February. I took some time off from reading it because I have kind of like a hard time reading like non-fiction-esque books. I only got about 85 pages in when I tried to read something else. So I might try, because it is May, and you know we're getting close to it being summer, you know, swimming and everything. So I might try and read this, and all like pictures and everything. And it's a pretty interesting book. The 85 pages that I have had the pleasure of reading have actually been really good. So I might do like a I do a video on this book and the book that I got from Novel Suspects Insiders Club, the Last Honest Man. I do like a comparison, like a book based on like some of the nonfiction books, and I'll probably like later on in the month do a book haul on some of the Novel Insiders Club books for like the summer and like summer reads. So I didn't want to take too much time since my last video was about 14 minutes and everything. So hopefully this is kind of like a nice in between. Even if you want me to start doing like longer videos and everything, and if you want me to start doing like, I'm thinking of doing like a series based on like all the other like thrillers, romance, historical fiction, so on and so forth, of like books that I already have, that I have like physical copies of, and then maybe do a series on books I have on my Kindle and everything else. Let me know comment down below if you want me to try something like that. I know I'm like just like babbling and everything, but I'm gonna try and do videos like in a different direction kind of. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe.